Alright, so Lian Li Dynamic Evo unboxing. First things first, top panel. This sort of thing here. And we got the actual thing inside there. So let me pause and get that going. Take it out of the box. Alright, so there it is out of the box. This is the side panel. There's underneath. You can see there's some cables underneath going over here. And there's some USB slots there. Let's see the top. Top is pretty much flat. Got all the nice little screws and stuff over here. So, there's my step one in my PC build. Get the case out of the box and check it out. Alright. Alright, so I took out the side glass over here. You do that by taking this little screw out there. And then this side over here pops out. You push it out and it comes out. So I took out both sides to get it ready to install the motherboard and the cables and stuff. And like the top here had two little screws. You do the two screws, pull it out. What else was there? I think there was one more little thing here. This also pops out. Right, it had its own little tie in here. Boop, pop it out. Same with the other one, which is right there. So that's it for that. Alright, so another little side panel I took out here to get access to these wires for the motherboard. Now I gotta figure out what these wires are for here. There's also these weird black Velcro tying things here. A little hard to get these things out, but I'll do that. I'll get those things out and then I'll check these cables out. So this one, what is this? There's a little pointer there. Looks like something for power, maybe? Here's the thing that gets plugged in somewhere. Another one. Another plug here. Another little something over here that gets plugged in somewhere. This looks like your standard. This I know about this. So HD audio, right? So there's the audio cable. What does this say here? F panel, alright. That's easy. Some little thing over here. This has to be for some sort of power thing. Alright, well, I'll figure that out later, but definitely take out this panel to get access to this stuff. Alright, so here's the motherboard that I got. It's an Asus ProArt X670E Creator Wi-Fi. Alright, gotta open this, so we'll open this next. Alright, so I think I'm gonna not do the motherboard first. We're gonna do this power supply, right? So it's MSI AI 1300P PCI 5E. So let's unbox that and stick that in. Alright, so there's the unboxing. This has quite a unique, strong electrical smell to it. There's also these things on the side. That one like over here or something. I guess they're like magnets. Whatever. Alright, so now I'm looking at this, I'm like saying, I probably shouldn't do this right now because I'm going to have to run the lines, and if I put it in, I don't know how I'm gonna run the cable, so I'm gonna hold off on screwing this down. I think. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. Right, so here's basically the unboxing. There was a little box here that had the Wi-Fi antenna thing, and inside here is the actual motherboard. Alright, let's pause this. Alright, so there's the motherboard out of the plastic. You can see it has heat sinks, all the good stuff on here. There's a CPU socket. Guess we're gonna stick in the M.2s in first, I guess. It looks like there's a couple little screws. You unscrew it, stick them in, and then screw it back on. Alright, so Samsung 990 Pros, PCIe 4.8, VM, ME, M.2 SSDs. There's two of them there. Let's stick them on there. Let's stick them on the board there, and there's one slot there, and another one over here. And then I'm going to put the heat seats back on. Alright, so I installed the SSD drives. They're underneath the heat sinks. I don't know if you can see one. You can kind of see one right there. It's snugged in there. Next, I'm going to install the CPU. It's AMD 70. What is it? 7950X3D. Alright, I'm going to put that right up in there. That's going to be the next thing. Alright, so it's pretty much flick this thing up. Take the chip, stick it in the exact slot, and turn it down. And then you take out that little black cover. So let me do that right now. Alright, just like I wanted to know, as I was pushing this down and in, it was a little bit of a struggle to push it down, but once I put it down, this top thing just boop, popped out. So I guess that was the thing about this, right? So if you're doing it the right way, right? It goes in and it just pops out. This black thing, alright? So we don't need this anymore. And there's the CPU. It's pretty snug in. Good to go there. Alright, so everything's screwed down. I put a bunch of screws in here. It's pretty secure. Doesn't seem to budge at all. There's, I think, a screw there, but I didn't put one there because, I don't know, the threads weren't working right there, so I said skip that one. But everything else generally has a screw in it. Alright, that's going to be it for that. Okay, so the next thing is going to be a deep cooler Infinity Series LT720. Gonna unbox this and gonna see how to install this thing. Alright, so there's pretty much the unbox. That's how it looks like from the inside. It's got 3 fans here, radiator, and the attachment for the CPU there. Alright, so getting ready to install the fans on this thing here, and there was no instructions on which exactly way these are supposed to go. Like, maybe some people are installing it like this, but that doesn't seem correct. And like the only other thing I can see is, like, if you see on the side here, there's an arrow pointing up, so you would think that would be like go that way, and then there's another arrow over here, so I would assume that's the airflow going that way, going down. So like you suck air in and it blows out and then it cools this thing off. I'm assuming that's how it works, but I looked at the little book it comes with, and there's nothing in this book on anything about airflow. So I'm assuming just go with it, right? We go with the picture. Go with the picture on the box. We're gonna replicate it. So I'm assuming this is going to be blowing air, and it's going to be blowing air out. So the hot is going to be on the back, and this is going to get cooled. I'm assuming. Alright, so I installed the radiator here on the side. Now I'm going to be taking out these screws and putting in the other screws to screw in this thing on there. Alright, so I took out those black things that were on before, and I'm going to be installing this. Basically like that, with the black thing on the bottom. Hopefully this can work. I don't think I can hold the camera and do this. Alright, well, you get the general gist. It's pretty much putting these things in there. Let me do it without holding the camera. Alright, so that's how it looks when you screw them all in. Next, I gotta do some screwing in over here, but this plastic thing is in the way, so you have to take out the plastic. The plastic guards against the thermal paste, so I don't know, they should have designed this to be cut out so you can leave this thing on, shield it, and let you put this stuff on, the brackets on. I think that was a little messed up, so let me go do that and I'll come back later. Alright, so that's what it looks like with these additional brackets on. So the bottom is different, a little bit different, but I already sized it up and it works. It looks like it's gonna hold out. So you put it, you know, this right here, this top. Let me see if it does better. This top portion is gonna go here, and then the other side is gonna go there. And then you use these things to screw it in. So let me go do that now. Alright, so there it is, nice and tight. I gotta put this thing on, but question is, do you really need this? This looks like it just does some weird lighting thing. Does it help with cooling? I don't know, it doesn't feel like it. I don't know what to do with this. I don't even know if I want to put it on. Alright, so I connected some of the cables. So we have one cable. I think this is the AIO pump, right? And on the motherboard, this is the AIO pump power spot here. And this is the CPU fan. So these CPU fans go to these things over here. So it powers up these three fans. And then this thing, I didn't know what it was, but if you look at this thing, there's exactly the correct plug frame right over here. And this is for LED stuff. So you put that in there. If I can put it in there. There. So I have everything that I need to plug in plugged in. I just probably have to do some more cable management again. So this one over here, pretty sure this is the AIO pump, right? That goes in there. This is the case fan. Alright, what's next on the list? I don't have, should I do the memory now? No, I have some more case connector stuff, so let me start doing that. Let's do that. Alright, so I connected all the case wires. So over here is the audio. This is something for LEDs. This is the front panel. This right here is for USB, and this is also USB. Those are all the things that came with the case. So one wire here, one over there. These are pretty, easy to figure out. This is the switch, the reset, power button. Something for LEDs over there. And then the audio. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is install the memory. This is not the fastest memory you can get, but this is the only thing that the store had in stock for 64 gigs. And it's not the fastest, but for DDR5 memory, I'm pretty sure there's always been, or there has been issues with really high megahertz RAM and AMD. It's some custom stability issues. A lot of people say 6,000 megahertz is the sweet spot. I went a little bit slower. This is the only thing they had, so I'm going to be putting in this. So that's going to be the next thing. Alright, so I started doing some power cables to the motherboard. I got most of that done. I still didn't put in the power supply in the back, so I'm waiting to do the graphics card. But I gotta install this first. Vertical graphics card, holder kit V3, Coolmaster. So I'm gonna open this up, investigate it, and start installing it and see how it goes. Alright, so the Coolmaster vertical graphic card holder kit V3 comes with this, this slides off of this. Here's the attachment. You have to screw it in, use the 2 screws that come with it, screw it on. Now I have to take out my GPU, stick on the GPU, and I'm going to have to take out, I think, 6 of these. And then I can install this, and then this I can slide it in. I can slide this in later. So I'm going to install this by taking 6 of those things out, stick it in, and stick this in. Alright, so I did do the vertical thing, but I didn't have room to do the fans, so I did the fans. So here I put 2 fans there. 1 fan on the side, and then 3 fans on the top. This case has a little thing here. This panel all comes out. And then up here, there's another 2 little screws, and then this whole panel comes out so you can screw on the fans. So now I'm going to stick this back on and see how it goes. Alright, so I managed to get it in. It was a little bit of a struggle. It does move a little bit. I don't know if that's supposed to be. And then the other problem is that, I don't know if you can see it. That fan has like a little magnet thing. See a little magnet? It's hitting against the metal of the whatchamacallit, of the vertical mount thing. I don't know what that magnet's supposed to be. Maybe it's supposed to be something where you can use a magnet and then like you can put some grease or something in there. I have no idea. I hope it doesn't mess with anything. And the other thing is, the person selling me the fans, they only gave me 6 of them. So I do have an open space there, which a fan was supposed to go there, but I don't know, with the vertical thing, it's just, it's probably better to be left open, right? So I have air coming in from the bottom, I have air coming down in from the top, the radiator is going out, and then the back fan is going out. This is probably not the optimal setup, but that's the way I'm going to do it. And then the next thing is, I'm going to put in the power supply, power it up, and cross my fingers I did everything correctly and everything boots up. Alright, so here's the back, here's the power supply, here are all the cables. Pretty much it's just connect them and then screw it on.